Hey everybody. So I am the trainer myself, Mahesh. So I do have overall 9 years of experience in complete 9 years of overall experience in IT industry. So coming to data engineering, I have been working with Azure since 6 years. So yeah, that's pretty much about me. So would you like to introduce about yourself and the background which you are working on? So that would help us to proceed further. Could anyone start introducing about yourselves and the background and the technologies you are working on?
Yeah, this is Chetan. I'm starting from myself. Yeah, I have completely 9 years of experience in IT industry. I worked as a mobile application developer, like Android and Kotlin languages, and also I have worked experience with Compose. Yeah, right now I'm trying to learn Azure. That's it from my side.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Others?
Yeah. So I'm Mahesh. So myself, Sivakrishna. So yes, I'm having 9 years of experience in IT industry. So currently I'm working in Wipro.
Mhm.
So I have the skills of M365 administrator right now. So I'm trying to learn Azure to up skills to my career. So that's what I choose this Azure. So especially I request to Venkat for Azure Data Factory, but I came to know whether this section is going to explain more about Azure. So I hope everything goes good. Nice. Yeah. That's it from my side.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Others? Thanks for introducing about yourselves. Others, could you please introduce?
Hi, I'm Satya. I have more than 10 years experience in IT. Currently, I'm working as something like a Microsoft Technologies with backend is SQL. So I have a hands-on experience in the SQL. So I want to upgrade my skill in the Azure side. That's why I joined this course. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. Thank you. Others?
Hi Mahesh, myself Manjari.
Mm.
So currently I'm working in TCS as a Hadoop administrator and a Solus application support.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, that's all about me.
Yeah. Good. Others, please take an initiative and introduce about yourselves. Because I just wanted to understand, like, you guys are experienced or you have any hands-on experience on Azure tech stack. I just wanted to understand that. That's why I'm asking you to introduce about yourselves.
Hi Mahesh, myself Samasthirav. I have total 5 years of experience in IT domain. Currently working in Cognizant with SQL.
Okay, thanks, Sama.
Yeah,
Other,
hi, myself Sheshu. I
mm,
have total overall experience of 5+ years of experience. Related as the experience on Microsoft CRM. That is myself. I have moved on to Azure Data Factory.
okay, cool. Any others? Or anyone have introduced? Okay, hope everyone have introduced about yourselves. Okay, so this is just an demo session, guys. Okay, we are not going deep dig into the details actually. Okay, so this is just a demo session, like what we'll be covering and what are the topics like which we are going to cover, right? So that would be the highlight of this session actually. Okay, so basically, right. So as you know, so this course is all about Azure Data Engineering. So to become a data engineer, right? So earlier, like ADF was one of the right resource to become an Azure data engineer. Okay. Now with only ADF, we'll not get more calls actually. Okay. Or will not get more jobs related to ADF. Okay. Now if you are looking for an Azure data engineer, right? So ADB is added advantage, like Azure Databricks has an added advantage. So if you have that skill, okay, so your profile is on the right tech stack for Azure Data Engineering. Okay, so basically let's try to understand. what are we going to do in Azure? Then I'll walk you through with the things. What are we going to cover in our upcoming sessions? Okay. So do you know what do you mean by non-cloud? So what is Azure? Is it a cloud environment or non-cloud environment? Any idea?
It is cloud only.
So Azure is a cloud provider, right? So Azure is cloud. Okay, what about non-cloud? Any examples for non-cloud environment?
SAP based things, those are related to non-cloud, I guess.
Yeah, SAP or on-prem SQL Server, okay, or Oracle
Yeah.
SQL Server. So non-cloud, which we'll be frequently hearing a word called on-prem or on-premise. Okay. So if you hear a term called on-premise, then blindly you can think that is a non-cloud environment. Okay. So cloud environment is like not only Azure, we have GCP as well as AWS in the market today, right? So there are other cloud providers as well like SAP and IBM, but these are the main cloud
Mm.
providers who are providing services in the market today, right? Okay, so basically, let's try to understand what is non-cloud and cloud with few examples. Okay, then we'll move forward. Okay, so let's say we'll first understand about one example. Okay, so what do you mean by rent house, guys? Okay, sorry, non-cloud is nothing but own house. So tell me the prerequisites to build a own house and tell me the things which you require on a rented house. Okay, let us understand few prerequisites for rent house as well as own house. Any idea? So to build your own house, what are the things you require? Please try to be an interact. I mean, this will. Don't think this is trainer and student session. Okay, try to be an interactive session. Okay. Yeah.
Hope
So what are
my
the?
voice is clear from my side.
Sorry.
My voice is clear, right? Because
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
talking.
Oh no
Okay,
no.
right.
In between, it's not
Yeah.
clear. Now it's clear. Yeah. Tell me.
Okay. See, for I will give the clear example of its own house and rent house. Okay, so if we need own house, we need our own property like place. We
Mm-hmm.
need a plan. Once the plan is ready, then we will just take the prerequisites of sand, bricks,
Mm.
everything. The designer we need.
Yeah.
These are the best examples for this. If you
Mm-hmm.
go to the rented house, when you only two prerequisites, one is we need the rented house. Uh, Rent we can pay and advance we can pay. That's it. Simple.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Subscription type of thing.
yes. So if you talk about one house, right? So to build your own house, first of all, you need to have a land, right? Okay. So once land is
Yeah.
in place, then what you require? You require some architecture planning, right? Architecture or planning, correct? To build a house. Without planning and architecture, you cannot build, right? Then the main thing is money. Obviously, for rented house and one house, you need to have a money, right? Then what else? So everything we need to manage here, right? Let's say everything we need to manage, correct? So let's assume after building of your own house, okay, you have rented it out to for someone, okay. So if something is not working, so what are we going to do? We'll call the owner and inform him this is not working and that is not working, like that we'll inform him so that like he or she will be taken care of it, right? So here everything owner needs to be managed, right? Not we. Owner needs to manage, correct? So coming to rented house, right? So rent when shifted, correct? So from, let's say, if I am shifting to a rented house from May 1st, okay, so I need to pay rent from May 1st to May 30, right? Correct. So rent when shifted,
Correct.
then less managing overhead. Let's assume, I mean, as I have some, tap is not working or some fan is not working. What I'll do, I'll just call owner and inform. Okay, this is not working. Please take care of it. Like that, I'll just inform him because I'm not the owner to take care of everything, right? So I'll just inform the same to owner. Correct. So here we are the managing wise, it's less managing overhead here. Correct. So here what you need to treat the rented host can be treated as a cloud environment and one host can be treated as an on-cloud environment. Okay, because this setup and everything needs to be taken care by a owner, right? But here when you are in a rented house, you just need to pay whenever you are in that rented house. Correct. So and also you have flexibility. What is the flexibility? Let's say currently you are in street A, you wanted to move to street C, you can obviously move by informing owner. Then you need to stay like 1 or 2 months. That's it, right? So similarly here, right? When we talk about cloud environment, currently you are in Azure. Okay, you wanted to move to GCP or AWS, you have flexibility to move it. Okay, so that's the flexibility we have when we have our data in cloud environment. So the reason why, okay, most of the companies are moving their data nowadays towards cloud environment from non-cloud environment. Okay, so the data is being transferred from non-cloud environment to cloud environment because everything will be maintained by the respective cloud vendor. Okay, we are just utilizing their services for the data moments. Okay. So, okay, we'll discuss in detail about our in our upcoming sessions, but I'm just giving an example. Okay. So I have PPT for this, but anyways, like we'll discuss it in detail. See here for one house, like we have a land area, house planning and building cost. Correct. But when we are in rented house, only pay when rented and easy to switch charge and less managing overhead. So here, right, if you see the own house, okay, will be treated as an on-premise and rented house will be treated as a cloud computing. Okay, cloud computing is nothing but who is providing the cloud services. Okay, now see here, the data movement is going to happen between non-cloud environment to cloud environment, right? Correct. So this data movement will be done with the help of data factory. Okay. So the data movement which is going to happen from non-cloud environment to cloud environment will be done using ADF. Okay. So in ADF is nothing but Azure Data Factory, guys. Okay. So ADF is a ETL or ELT tool or resource. Okay, ETL is nothing but extract, transform, unload, and the extract, load, and transform. So ADF supports both actually. Okay, so for data movements, okay, without transformations, we used to prefer data factory as a right resource. Okay, for data movements. Okay, now let us take one example actually. Let's say I have a source table. Okay, let's assume this is my table in source. Okay, I'll just have some give you an example. So here,
Yeah, Mahesh, can I share screen?
oh, I'm not sharing it. I have already shared, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
Mahesh. We can able to see your screen.
Yeah. Might be, can you please rejoin? Might be there is some network.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I already shared it. Sorry. Okay. So see here, as part of the source, right? So here I have taken example of employee table. Okay. So table consists of rows and columns. Okay. Data is being stored in tables, right? So here, let's say here we have an employee ID, first name and last name. Okay. Let's say this is the example I'm going to tell you. Okay, so here Mahesh we have and C we have. Okay, so here I want to load this data into my target. Okay, in two columns only. So that's my requirement. I'm just giving a simple example, guys, to make everyone understand. Okay, so here the data wise I want to have two columns. One is employee ID and full name. Okay, so here I want to concat first name and last name and load the value into a target, right? So here see the data movement can be done with the help of, okay, data movements can be done with the help of data factory, okay, ADF, and even transformations also can be done with the help of data factory. It's not something like only data factory can do the data movements, can also happen with the help of data factory. But the thing is, right, nowadays every organization has huge volumes of data. Okay, it's not a right way to transform the data using data factory. Okay, in data factory we have a concept called control flows and data flows. Using control flows we will be doing the data movements only. Okay, whereas in control flows we can apply transformations. Okay, transformation is nothing but, see here, like I wanted to concatenate the first name and last name. Okay, and if I want to join something, if I want to join multiple tables, so those kind of transformations can be done with the help of data flows in data factory. Okay, but okay, as we are dealing with huge volumes of data, right, in current days world, in today's world, right? So nowadays, like the preferred tool to handle such transformations or such big data is ADB. ADB is nothing but Azure Databricks actually. Okay, so in Azure Databricks, like it supports a few languages like Python, Java, Scala, R, and SQL. Okay, so mostly like as Azure Data Engineer, the preferred language is PySpark. Okay, and we'll use bits of Python. Okay, so right, as part of our course, initially like our plan is to start with Azure Data Factory. Okay, Azure Data Factory, because this is the this is one of the resource which you need to have more understanding about, because nowadays, like if you see, Microsoft has launched Microsoft Fabric as well. So if you have a clear and crisp understanding about Azure Data Factory, Databricks, and PySpark and all, right, so it's not a big deal to move, or okay, to, I mean, let's say if you have a requirement to work with Fabric, right, it's not a big deal to work there, because if you have a clear and crisp understanding about these things, right, so it's easy to transform, and it's easy to I mean, do a transition over there. Okay, because everything is interlinked actually. Okay, these are the separate resources which we are going to learn, right? Like Azure Data Factory separately we are going to learn, and Databricks separately we are going to learn. But here in Fabric, right, they have integrated everything together in a single place. Okay, so that's what they have integrated. So initially, like our plan is to go with Azure Data Factory. So as part of Azure Data Factory, right, so I'll be covering storage accounts in Azure, which is nothing but blob and ADLS. Okay, so blob in detail, like we'll see. Okay, and the other things is like we'll see logic apps. Okay, then we'll see Azure Key Vault. Okay, including Azure Data Factory. I meant to say this is one, two, three, four, and anyways, like we are going to create Azure SQL database. Okay, so this is a cloud database. Okay, so the data movements can happen from non-cloud to cloud, right? So as part of that, like I'll help you to create some on-prem database as well. Okay, SQL Server. I'll give you some brief understanding about it. Okay, so these are the things which are part of Azure Data Factory. Even like I'll try to cover REST API as well. Okay, REST API, because this is also one of the data source which data is being consumed. Okay, so I'll cover that part. And coming to, so okay, this will be taking, right, so these are all part of control flows, I mean to say. Okay, control flows and data flows, right, so it's very easy actually. So what I'll do, I'll try to cover that in very few sessions, or I'll be giving our recordings of that. Okay, because those are very easy. If you want, I will cover it in a few sessions. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I'll be covering as part of Azure Data Factory. So might be like it will be, I'll take 35 to 38 sessions for completing Azure Data Factory. Okay, so for last batch, I have covered data flows as well. So I took 40 sessions on Data Factory only. Okay, because I have covered each and every detail of data flows as well. So it took 40 sessions to complete the Data Factory alone. And post completing Data Factory, right? So I'll be covering Azure Data Bricks. Okay, so Azure Databricks. So basically in Databricks, right? So I'll be covering with Python fundamentals, okay, or Python basics or fundamentals, okay, for few sessions, and mostly like we'll be deep dig into the PySpark, okay. So these are the things which I'm going to cover. So this will take 20 to 25 sessions, okay, 20 to 25 sessions, okay. And post this, right, like we'll work on resume building. Okay, resume building. So I'll be sharing some few templates of resumes. Okay, so which are having a good amount of I mean keywords actually. Okay, so with the help of that, like you'll be getting a numerous amount of calls. Okay, so we'll work on that. So these are the things which I'm going to cover as part of our training. And in between, right, like on demand, like I'll be taking some mock interview sessions as well. Okay, so our course will be from Monday to Friday. Okay, and let's say if I mean, sometimes like if I skip sessions in between, right, like Monday to Friday, like I'll take some sessions on Saturday and Sunday as well. Okay, based on I mean, it depends on the situation actually. It's not compulsory which I'll be taking on Saturdays and Sundays. It's on demand. Like if I have some family emergencies or something, right, like I'll be taking some absences and I'll be covering those sessions on weekends. Okay, if not, right, like I'll be taking some mock interviews like post completing of 2 weeks or like that. Okay, so I used to set up some one-on-one call with anyone with everyone. Okay, so I used to take a mock interviews, like I just wanted to understand, okay, what you guys are understanding, right? So I'll be taking some mock interview sessions, so that like I'll be coming to know who and all I mean are practicing and uh, I mean is up to sync. So I just wanted to understand from you. And these are the things which we will be providing from our end. And the thing is I mean what I'm expecting from your end is like, so post completing of your scenarios, let's say if you work on something today, right? Okay, let's say if I have covered some theoretical sessions today. Okay, so I want you to write it somewhere. Okay, prepare it and notes kind of thing, and I want you to share the screenshots in the group so that I'll be coming to know whether you guys are I mean up to I mean, whether you guys are preparing or not. So I'll be coming to know by that, by sharing the screenshots in the group, right? So these are the expectations from your end. Okay, so as part of this course, right? So data engineering course, if you know SQL, that will be an added advantage. If not, also you don't need to worry. Okay, I'll be covering some basics as well. Okay, you don't need to worry about that as well. Okay, so these are the things which we are going to cover in our training. Any doubts, anyone so far? Let me take a pause here. So I'll take up your Q&As now.
What about the real-time scenarios and real-time project? Do you give guidance or do you
Yes,
help?
yes. As part of Data Factory, right? So we'll be covering with all of I mean, even the project will be covered in Data Factory and the real-time scenarios, right? So Databricks most like will be widely used for transformations. So whatever is really required as part of real-time, I'll be covering that. Okay, along with the interview questions. Let's say if I started with some topic today, okay, in that topic, if I'm facing, I mean, if I see some interview questions are, I mean, asking on that particular topic, right? So I'll be listing it out there and then and there, and also like I'll be providing some interview documents as well for preparation.
Okay.
Yeah, that clears your question, right?
Yeah, hi, this is Chaitanya. Actually, small doubt from my side.
Yeah,
I
go
am
ahead.
completely from mobile application development actually.
Mhm.
Is there any specific things to have learned, or is it fine to switch to
So
Azure?
basically, SQL is the basic prerequisite for this course. Okay, but nowadays, right, as I said, so mostly the transformations is going to happen in Databricks using PySpark or Python, right? So that's not a worry because as you are already dealt with some programming languages, right? So anyways, like I'll be covering with basics, you can ramp up your technology, tech stack there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone? If not, we can wind up for today. Okay, we'll let you know soon when we are going to start our batch. Okay, then if you're interested, like you can enroll it. If you have any doubts, right, you can reach out to me or Venkat, you can reach out. Okay, we'll guide you. You can call me, like I mean, we have a WhatsApp group created, right? Okay, you can always call us. Any other doubts? Any other doubts? Anyone? If not, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mahesh.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.